Welcome to this video about 3 ways to encourage your child to choose more challenging books. This is a really common question that I get asked a lot, and that is, my child enjoys reading, but they always choose the same books, or they like to read books that are familiar to them or books that are easy. And it can be challenging as a parent to encourage your child to choose more difficult books and to encourage them to read books that are at or above their reading level when it would just be easier for your child to choose that book that they're familiar with or that they've read 100 times. So today I want to share 3 really specific strategies to help you encourage your child to choose books that are more challenging for them. Please go ahead and hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notifications whenever new videos are released. Okay, so the first thing when you're trying to encourage your child to choose books that are more challenging for them is to make sure that you really know your child's reading level. If you're not sure what your child's reading level is, there's a really easy way to figure that out. And I recorded a separate video explaining how to find your child's reading level. So I'll put a link to that video in the description of this one. It's important to know your child's reading level because if you know their reading level, then you can help your child to choose books that are challenging, but not too challenging for them. In general, you want ones that are right at their reading level or just slightly above. And it's important that you don't have your child choose books that are too difficult because that can just be frustrating and discouraging for them. So you want to make sure that you know not only the book's reading level, but also your child's reading level, and that you're looking for a pretty close match there. Secondly, it's important to let your child choose not only the topic of the book that they're interested in reading, but also the actual book itself, if you can. The more that your child has control over the topic of the book and the more that they're interested in the topic that they're reading about, the more motivated they're going to be to continue reading the book even when it's challenging. If it's a book that they're not interested in, why would they want to spend their time and energy reading it? It's the same for us as adults. We're much more likely to read a difficult book if the topic of the book is something that we're interested in. So it's important to let your child choose the books that they're going to be reading as much as you can. And the more that you can let your child choose, the more motivated they will be to challenge themselves with a more difficult book. So if you're not sure, you can ask your child what kinds of topics they might want to learn about, and you can help them to find where in the library those books are located, and then give them some freedom to be able to choose the specific book. The final tip that I have is to read the book out loud together with your child. So in this tip, you'll sit down with your child, you'll open the book, and then you'll each choose a side of the book that you're going to read. So maybe you're going to read all of the left-hand pages and your child is going to read all of the right-hand pages. This is a great strategy because it gives your child an opportunity to read the book out loud, but it also gives them an opportunity to have a break when it's your turn to read. So the process of reading out loud is not as laborious for them, and it just gives them more opportunities to rest and recover. And most kids really enjoy being read out loud to, and so they're getting a little reward every time they finish reading their page because they get to sit and listen while you read your page. So this is a really great strategy for kids that are struggling with reading out loud or that don't tend to choose books that are challenging enough, because it gives them an opportunity to just have that little reprieve. So hopefully these strategies have helped. Again, I'll link that video about knowing your child's reading level in the description. But then once you figure that out, make sure that you let your child choose the book and then consider taking turns reading one page at a time with your child so that they can have that little break as well.